Alright, let's look at this more detail, alright? Nikke is banning emulator usage on August 7th to measure against macro user. Alright, if you guys are not aware, August 7th is very soon. Macro is getting destroyed. Destroyed. No more macros for you. And by the way, this is huge because everybody has been talking about this. Look at this. Petition. There's a petition. Players don't like it when you take away their macros. They spend so much money on the macros to be a macro abuser. So they'll be like, Nikke petition against irresponsible handling of macro sanctions. Alright, who is joining the petition? Who is joining the petition with me? Alright, so far we have $20,000 put into this petition. We're gonna make it $100,000. That's the goal. $100,000. You gotta donate. Donate to the cause. Alright, who cares about global warming? Who cares about people dying? No. Petition for macro sanctions. This is the most important thing in the world right now. So this petition represents a community complaint against the irresponsible behavior of Shift Up and Level Infinite in announcing and implementing the upcoming macro sanctions. Okay, this is very important, very important. World's first problem. These sanctions ignore and disrespect feedback from Nikke's most engaged and competitive community of players. Yes, the esports gang. The esports Nikke players are unhappy. So regarding the current state of rocket launcher and sniper rifle gameplay. Alright, mechanics, long-term account spending, and accessibility. So much money has been implemented. We are not opposed to sanctioning macros, but we need Shift Up to also address the underlying issues that motivate macro play. Alright, so you can see links to macro sanction in various languages. They are Chinese, English, Japanese, Korean. Alright, so let's see what the people have to say. My question is, why does it matter if emulators are banned for Nikke? They have a smooth PC client now. I've never felt the need to go back to an emulator to play when the PC client exists. That's a good question. That's a very good question. The reason why is because a lot of emulators have built-in macros. Got them. A lot of emulators have built-in macros. Do you guys know this? BlueStacks, LD player, you can record your own macros. So banning emulator is the step number one. Alright, step number one. What's a macro? What's a macro, guys? What's a macro? Guys, if somebody if a kid come to you, if a 6-year-old kid, what's a macro? How do you explain? It's basically a list of programs that instructions or programs. That's how I would explain it. It's like a list of programs or instructions that it can be combined to one button. For example, instead of pressing one button, you can program that one button to do 10 things. So that's a macro pretty much. Macaroni. Teach macro to kids. Cheating technique that people assume is legal. It runs a script or program to do things in game for you. It will do certain presses, wait to do more, pretty much allowing people to auto anything with the right script. I think that's one way to say it as well, right? But I think in context of the Alice macro thing, is a bit different. Basically, frame perfect firing and animation cancelling, which is particularly relevant on a character named Alice. Ooh, Alice is innocent, but we gotta drag her into this. We gotta drag Alice. I love dragging Alice into this. Innocent girl always get dragged. Ooh, macro abuser. Yes, macro abuser. One of the strongest character with macro right now. With Alice, you can max out her charge rate by going 99%, which makes it so you have 0 charge time at all. Now you can fire a fully charged shot every 0.2 seconds. So if you let her auto, she'll have a few frames of buffering between every shot, making her fire 0.25 seconds or so instead. 4 bullets per second. People use macros to skip in between buffering and rapid spam of shots at exactly 0.2 second intervals. So cool, man. So professional esports. Maximizing the DPS. Results in something like 25% DPS boost on the hardest hitting unit in the game. You can try doing the same thing manually, but you'll probably still be averaging something like 0.23 seconds or so at best, because it's practically humanly impossible. Perfectly time your clicks down to milliseconds 5 times every second for 3 minutes straight. Macro plus Alice outdamage Scarlet. Yeah, outdamage is like the highest. I think it's the highest, right? Highest DPS character in the game with macro. Without macro, it's like you gotta use skill. But let's be honest, skill is all in the toilet, alright? Who even use skill anymore? It's 2023. We use macro. But of course now macro is banned. You gotta go to the toilet, grab back the skill. When using third-party software such as but not limited to mouse macro and auto clicker, a warning will be issued and the user will be forced to log off. And then, if the user is detected repeatedly using third-party software, the said user's account will be banned. Wow. So yeah, as you guys can see, it's true. If you receive the warning, guys, log off immediately. Log off immediately, close your Genshin, close your manga, close your AI website, close your homework, close everything. Everything needs to be shut down before you can play Nikke. Or else, if they keep seeing you keep logging back in, you will be banned. No different account. I honestly think this is dumb drama, but I use the phone, so I'm so far off this, it's not even funny. Yeah, I mean, if you use the phone, this is not going to affect you at all, right? I'm not 100% sure, but for a lot of mobile game, people log to 20 to 40 accounts on one PC with emulator. I think that's the reason. I see. So he's trying to say that there are a lot of players out there that play 40 Nikke accounts every day. They do 40 dailies on Nikke accounts. How many of you guys do 40 Nikke accounts every single day? Daily, minigame, 40 accounts. Co-op, 40 accounts. No, I think it's fair. There are people like that. There are people that play 40 accounts. Just because you play one account doesn't mean people that play 40 accounts don't exist. They do exist. I love how people in this thread who thinks Nikke banning emulator is bad are those who don't play Nikke or quit playing Nikke a long time ago. Sums up how this sub works, lol. There's already a PC version of the game, so there's no point on using emulator aside from using macros to gain more advantage over regular players. And people right here wants to defend cheaters from the game they don't play. Lamau! Like this one, I see a lot of argument about this. I agree about macros DPS fixing, but not agree about rocket launcher and sniper rifle gameplay macros fixing. So if players have to optimize gameplay through macros, maybe they should fix the gameplay first, then ban the macro. But this gameplay for rocket launcher and sniper rifle is not even, right? If you have macro, if you use macro, your rocket launcher and your sniper rifle is stronger than people that don't. But now they are making it equal. So everyone is on the same playing field right now. So what is there to fix? Don't think previous posts used the right words. The macros basically make it so you shoot way faster than shooting manually. The gameplay is intended and not bad, or macros are to ensure a certain unit or to operate at 200%. It's not like those units are bad without macro. Shift Up made a banner for character they knew the whales used with macros. They also invested more than skills outside of roles for Overload for months before they just decided it wasn't okay to not use macros out of nowhere. You cannot reset Overload or get your material back, so their skill reset is useless. Most of the anti-macro people don't play the game, are bad at it, and can't even get to hard 14 or 12. They think it plays the game for them and don't even want to listen to the possible alternatives to macros by fixing how the snipers and rocket launchers work currently. The Nikke community has to be one of the most brain-dead and pushover groups of people I've ever encountered in my 7 years of playing gacha. I thought it was just cause this was Reddit, but everyone seems to be okay with how Shift Up is going about this thinking. This is just about macros. They don't even care how this will affect the game and really think people that keep the game alive, leaving or getting banned is a good thing. This is coming from somebody that always saw Shift Up side of things, but now I'm seeing them for what they are. RIP Destiny Child. Wow. Wow, so deep. Oh my god. He brought up Destiny Child. You know this is real. You know the drama is real when they brought up a dead game from the same developer. Dead game. But yeah, this is a very interesting thing to look at. Surprisingly, a lot of people are against macro. And I don't know. Kind of curious to see where this goes. We'll see if there's any more update for this drama.